Alright, so that was the Set 2 Clarinet honor band piece played at, you can see I wrote 75 beats per minute. That's about how fast that I would play it when I would be auditioning. So let's go through it right quick. First thing to notice is the beginning starts nice and forte. And it's also written, it says maestoso, so that means majestically. So play it nice and big. And then it drops really quiet, right? So if a forte is, let's say, 10 is your loudest, let's say a forte is in, I don't know, maybe an 8 out of 10. And then your mezzo piano, let's call that a 4 out of 10. Okay? So starting. Now, when you play soft, to help keep all of the fuzziness out of your sound, you're going to want to make sure that you're blowing through it. Okay, you have a lot of fast air will clear away any fuzz you might have in your sound. So watch this E flat right here. Okay, and keep this nice and bouncy. Da 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 da. This is E flat, so I'm going to go ahead and mark that in my part and circle it. And then this is, just make sure you catch this slur right here, da dee da da, and this is like the beginning of the Star Spangled Banner, this rhythm right here, bum ba bum, nice and crisp, bup bup bum. It's actually this rhythm. If you take and you write 4/16 notes, and then you slur 3 of them, you'll have the same rhythm. You'll have this. Okay, so da 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 da, same kind of thing. All right, and look, there's a crescendo going up this. So when you get down to that bottom note, it's not super loud. The crescendo doesn't start here, or it does start here, but it gets the loudest here. So make sure that you're going. And record yourself playing that a couple times to make sure that it really does sound like a crescendo. Okay, going along, you got to keep that forte up all through here. I usually breathe, I believe I breathed right here. Bum ba bum bum ba ba da 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 da. And that's a pretty good spot to breathe. I can do this whole part without breathing, and I think a lot of you can too. So go all the way to here before you take a breath, and that way you'll have lots of gas to get all the way to the next spot. And remember, all of this is forte with some little ups and downs within that, but all that's forte. You decrescendo right here to, but not a lot, just to a mezzo forte. So starting back, let's say right here at the crescendo. And that's the end of our phrase, okay? And you can go ahead and sneak a quick breath there, but make sure that you get this, you keep all of this power going through here, starting, and then the decrescendo starts on the B flat. So I even put a little bit of a crescendo right here, just a tiny little baby one. It's actually more of direction. You want to just pretend like you're going bum 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 to this note right here, and then the decrescendo sounds better because you've shown direction, because there's contrast. Okay, so I'm going to go back to, I don't know, right here. Next phrase. So that's the end of that. You've got this really neat thing that happens in music all the time. It's like 1, 2, 3, and the third one or the fourth one changes. In this case, you've got 1, ba da 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 da, and then 2, a little bit higher, da 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 da. 3 is the loudest one. Ba da 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 bum bum ba dum bum 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 bum. And that makes, if you do that like 1, then a little bit louder, then a little bit louder, with the peak being around here, that makes this decrescendo sound super cool because you end up getting softer and softer after having been so loud. So see if you can hear when I do it 1, 2, 3 in volume. And then the hardest one that's going to be to play is this one, because B flat's a really terrible note on the clarinet. It doesn't want to come out, and it doesn't want to come out loud. So you might want to pace yourself to make sure that this is louder than these two. You might want to make sure that this one and this one aren't too loud. Play this one as loud as you can while still having a good sound, and then back off a little bit, and then back off a little bit, and then you'll know where to start this volume. Okay, so what I'm talking about is kind of like this. That's about as loud as I can play that, and I go a little softer on that one, and then a little softer on this one. So now I know that's where I start. Okay, and then as you go down this decrescendo, keep the airspeed going, because remember, these three notes, this B flat, this A, and this G, they're going to really want to be fuzzy, and so you keep the airspeed going as you decrescendo, and it'll help have those notes sound nice and clear and with a good sound. And let that last note, let it ring out. It's a pretty note. Let it be pretty. All right.